Welcome to Awesome Code. Please subscribe to my channel and like my video. In this video, we will learn about a product recommendation system in Python. Creating an AI-driven product recommendation system can greatly enhance the user experience by providing personalized suggestions based on user behavior and preferences. So we are going to use Python code and collaborative filtering approach with the surprise library, which is designed for building and analyzing recommender systems. So first we need to install some library. So this is the required library. We are going to type pip install pandas scikit surprise, and we are done installing it. Now we can use it in our code. First step is to import libraries. Import pandas spd from surprise. Import dataset reader svd. Pandas used for data manipulation and analysis. Surprise, a library specifically designed for building and analyzing recommendation systems. It provides tools for data handling, algorithms, and evaluation of metrics. Now we are going to generate synthetic data. We are going to define our function. Generate ratings data. Num users set to 100. Num products set to 20. This function generates synthetic data of user product rating. So our data will be user ID, creates a list of users, IDs, example user 1, user 2, and so on. Using list comprehension over here, this line uses a list comprehension. which is a concise way to create list in Python. So our f user I, this is a f string, uh, formatted string literal that allow us to embed expression inside string literals. So here it creates a string in the format user1, comma user2 up to user nums. So let's do that for I in range 1 num user for in ranges so for I in range 1 and num user plus 1, uh, the range function over here generates a sequence of numbers starting from 1 to num users. If num user is 100, this will produce numbers from 1 to 100. The variable I takes each value in that range one at a time. And then we have a for in ranges. Range. This will be range. For in range, and the value is 5. This is a nested loop that runs 5 times for each value of I. The underscore here is commonly used in Python. One over here. To indicate that the variable is a throwaway variable, meaning that its value isn't going to be used. So for each user from user 1 to user 100, it repeats the user ID 5 times. So we are going to move on to next. Then we have a product ID. Also need a single quote here. And remove the end one. So similar to the previous line, we are going to use list comprehension to generate a list of products. So let's see. This is our product, and we are going to use np's random int np random rand int. This will be 1 num products plus 1. So we are using f string, and for np random rand int, uh, this one over here generates our random integer between 1 and num products. So the np import seems to be missing. Let me see. Uh, Need to import NumPy. So let's do import import NumPy as NP. Now it's fixed. And now we're going to do for underscore like we did it before in range non-users. So this part of the comprehension iterates a total of num users multiplied with 5 times. For example, if num users is 100, this would iterate 500 times since each user is supposed to rate 5 products. So let's now we are going to add rating. Rating generates random rating between 1 and 5 for each user product pair. So let's add rating. NP random randint 1 6 num user multiply with 5. Ratings between 1 and 5. And then at the end of this function, we are going to return a data frame. The resulting data frame simulates rating for 100 users, with each user rating 5 random products. So we are going to return next. We are going to load the data set. This will be ratings data generate ratings data. This line calls the generate rating data function to create the synthetic ratings dataset. Now we are going to create a surprise dataset. So we have a reader, rating scale set to 1 to 5. This line initializes our reader to specify the rating scale 1 to 5. Now we are going to have a data set load from df, and this will be ratings data user ID, product ID, rating, and a reader. So this code loads the data frame into a surprise dataset format, which is necessary for the library to process it. Now we are going to split the data. Train set, test set, set to, train, test, split, pass in data, test size, set to 0.2, uh, train test splits the data set into training and testing sets. Here, 20% of the data is reserved for testing. Now train the model. So we have model, pass in train set. SVD initializes the singular value decomposition model, which is a collaborative filtering algorithm. Then we have this fit. It trains the model on the training dataset. And now I'll make the predictions. This will be model dot test pass in test set. Test applies the trained model to the test set to generate predictions. Now evaluate the model. Accuracy, pass in prediction, RMSE calculates the root mean square error of the predictions, providing a measure of how well the model performed. And now it's time to get product recommendation. So we are going to define our function. Yeah, get product recommendations. With user ID, and n recommendation set to 5. So this function generates a product recommendation for a given user. So the user ID parameter represents the unique identifier for the user whom we want to generate product recommendations. So it is expected to be a string such as user1, and the n underscore recommendation whose value is set to 5. This parameter specifies how many product recommendation to return. It has a default value of 5, meaning if the caller does not specify a value, the function will return 5 recommendations. Get a list of all product IDs, all products, ratings, data. Product ID, unique. All products extract all unique product IDs. Now get the product already rated by the user. This will be rated products. Ratings data. Ratings data. Pause in user ID. Check if it's equal to user ID. Product ID. Now we are going to get predictions for all products not yet rated by the user. For product in all products, if product not in rated products values, predict rating, model predict user ID, so we are using a loop here for each product not rated by the user. It predicts the rating using the model. Recommendation append product predicted rating and now sort recommendation by predicted rating. So we're going to do that. This is product and product. This one is predicted rating. So let's see. Predicted. Recommendations sort. Sort recommendations are sorted by predicted rating in descending order, returning the top n recommendations. The key parameter specifies a function that determines the sort order. In this case, a lambda function is used. So the lambda function, this one over here, is an anonymous function that takes one argument x and returns this over here x and at the index of 1. Here x represent each element in the recommendation list. Each element is expected to be a tuple where the first element index is 0 is the product ID and the second element index 1 is the predicted rating. And we are going to set reverse to be true. This parameter specifies that the sorting should be in descending order. If a reverse is set to true, the highest values comes first. Then return the recommendations. Now we are going to test it. So we're going to use user ID demo set to user 1 and recommended products. Set to get product recommendations, and we are going to pass in user ID demo, and then we are going to print recommended product for user ID demo. Then we are going to use a loop for product rating in recommended products. Then we're going to print product predicted rating need to fix it over here. We are creating instance. So And now we can just run the code. And here is the recommended products for user one. To keep on learning, please subscribe to my channel Awesome Code, like my video, keep supporting me, and thank you for watching.